it happens like that. All right, things happen, and when it happens like that across the globe, there's this pivotal revolution, and investors who stay ahead can become enormously wealthy. See, none of us were born the last time this happened, and when we had all these investment revolutions happening. But the next one that's going to happen, it's called the tokenization revolution, and it's already here. It's going to change everything about investing, creating how we create opportunities, wealth, and this is going to be for those who are open to investments, who are savvy investors. See, over the past 5 years, there have been technological advancements from one point to another, and this has made it possible for individual retail investors like you and I to directly invest in the fine art, in real estate, among other things. People have invested in different things. Now, not only is this an enormous development, perhaps most importantly, it is completely new. It is novel. And we truly are in the first stage of a once-in-a-lifetime investing revolution. And so it's a beautiful thing that you're here today, my friends. Now, what is behind this revolution? It is what is called tokenization. And some of us are probably here today because we're wondering what's happening in the cryptocurrency space. We're wondering what is NFT? What is DeFi? How can I take advantage of all of this? So I say, welcome. Okay. Now, in investing terms, when we talk about tokenization, what are we talking about? We are talking about a system. Okay, it's just like a fancy way of saying crowdfunding for assets. In essence, when we talk about tokenization, it simply involves creating a digital asset that will replicate a physical one. Now, what that does, it means you slice the digital asset into many different parts and making it possible. Now, those different parts are called tokens. And this makes it possible for you and I that may not have the money to buy a mansion, to buy a whole building, to buy parts of that building, to buy parts of that property. And we own it. As the property value grows, we also benefit from that. Let's take real estate, for instance. Tokenization digitally replicates the physical asset or estate asset, all right? Like, an apartment building, and then divides that new digital asset into small pieces, say like 25 or 30 shares in the building, and then puts it on a blockchain. Because I know by now you probably know what a blockchain technology is. It's more like when we had the internet and many people never knew about it. Now the owner of the asset would have more liquid because because it's been broken into bits. People can actually buy these assets in small bits. And then the platform also creates a market for those for investors to come on board. And then it makes liquidity really possible. If you're in the finance space or you are an investor, you probably would understand this better. But let's make it really simple so that everyone can understand it. When we talk about tokenization, it's simply a win-win situation, right? Because what it does is that it makes investing possible. Why am I taking you through this route? For many people, when you talk about cryptocurrency, they think about just losses. They think about, okay, let's just buy one coin and keep it. Okay, there's one small thing there, let's just buy it and keep it. My friends, what I'm telling you today is that the world has gone past that point, and that's what we're bringing to the table. When we say, look, what's happening in this space and how much of it do you understand? It is okay not to know, but it is not okay to stay in that position of not knowing. It's not okay at all. Okay, so what tokenization does, that it brings increased liquidity. Asset owners will be able to, put their assets out there. People like you and I, retail investors, can invest in those assets. And I tell you, everything in our world is going to be affected by this technology that we're referring to today. It's going to be affected by tokenization. So when we say tokenization, it is actually the future. It's actually the future of investing in the cryptocurrency market. Okay, as is the case with cryptos, over the next several years, tokenization will gain mainstream traction. At some point, the gains you make today, getting into the cryptocurrency space, those quantum leaps, may not always be there in another 20 years. It would have slowed down. But right now that this is happening, my friends, are we taking advantage of it? Let me talk about a subject that many of us really probably would know, When I say tokenization, I feel like, okay, I'm not sure. But why don't we talk about NFTs? So when people hear NFTs, they think of maybe JPEG, they think about pictures, some silly things, and they are baffled how just JPEGs or photographs are worth so much money in the NFT space. You see, when we talk about these images, the JPEGs and all of that, they're just a small, tiny piece of the NFT space. Those who are sitting on the sidelines, who are saying, okay, let me just watch and see, they're already missing out on some of the fastest gains in the history of the financial market. You see, there are several NFT projects that are helping to build the next generation of the internet. And these projects have nothing to do with all these pictures that we see. Those are NFTs, they're just pictures. No, forget about the pictures. That's what I'm saying. Forget about the things that you see. Focus more on the technology behind and the NFT technology. You see, many people, investors, they dismiss NFTs and they see it as something that's just passing. It's just a passing fad. It's not something that's going to last. Remember, that's how so many people talk about the internet. The truth is, the NFTs are not a part. When we talk about NFTs, it's not a passing fad. It is here to stay. If you end up missing this trend because you think it is just a fad, it's something that's not going to stay, or because it doesn't make sense to you, or because you're uncomfortable, it could be the biggest financial mistake you are making. So be grateful that you're here today. In fact, something is about to happen, my friends. Something is about to happen that will accelerate the adoption of NFTs and this new version of the internet, sending token investments through the roof. In fact, historians will look back today. One day they will look at this day that we're talking about and would say that I will mark this as the beginning of the new internet. That's how important this event will be. What's going to happen? What's going to happen in this space? And so, my friends, what I'm trying to say at the end of the day is, you may not know so much about the crypto space, but don't stay in that position. If you have to invest some money to learn, it's important that you do that. Why? When we talk about NFTs, why is that important? Because some of the biggest organizations today in the world are already getting involved in NFTs. See, if you don't believe in NFTs and the tokenization of the internet, some of the world's largest corporations already believe in it. Nike just filed 7 new trademarks related to NFTs and tokenization. All major sport leagues are getting involved with NFTs, including NFL, MLB, NBA, name it, UFC, name it, amongst others. Adidas just partnered with an NFT project called Sandbox. Major record labels are all going, Universal, Warner, Sony, they are all going into the NFT space. Just some of us must have heard of the metaverse. You can't just sit down and do nothing. You can't just sit down and not even decide to learn. It does not add up, my friends. That's why we're bringing this to you. All right? So you may not understand everything about tokenization, NFTs, and all of that, but at least when you hear that Mark Zuckerberg is one of the biggest believers in the metaverse and is also investing in this space, it should tell you something. Mark Zuckerberg believes that this is going to be the successor of the mobile internet and is investing billions of dollars per year to ensure that Meta, which was formerly Facebook, is ahead of the trend. And you, a retail investor, feels nothing is happening. You don't want to know. You feel it's too complex for you to understand. Don't worry, we made it simple for you already. Please stay with me. I know I might be speaking at a very fast rate, like 500 miles per hour, but I hope you're getting the point what I'm trying to say. In short, NFTs and tokenization, they aren't just a bunch of fringe projects anymore. They are professionally well-funded enterprises that could change the world. In fact, I make bold to say, like many researchers, alongside many researchers, that NFTs is the hottest trend in the world right now. Now, when it comes to NFTs, most people are sitting on the sidelines, scratching their head. The few who understand what is happening are going to get rich. Question is, are you going to be one of them? So when we talk about the concept of NFTs, actually it's simple. It means a unique digital asset or non-fungible tokens. NFTs, my friends, are just now becoming a thing of the blockchain. They're just not there. They're becoming something very important that everyone needs to pay attention to. Long story short, there's a very reasonable argument. And the NFT market will measure up to $100 billion one day. And these cryptos are just taking off. So today, I want to share with you, we want to share with you something really amazing. Some of us might be saying, oh, Stallone is saying too many things. And really, I'm already getting confused. Not to worry. Calm down. That's why we're here. To show you how you can also have a piece of the action. How your $100, your $50, your $200, your $20 make a difference. If you listen, if you follow through what we're about to show you and learn from that. But I have to make a disclaimer, right? Everything that you're going to hear today going forward, that I have said, or that you're also going to hear going forward, none of them, not one of them constitutes financial advice. One. And none of them also constitutes legal advice. We are simply educators and we sometimes entertain you. So follow through, all right? So I welcome you to Moonarcade. Like I said, it's a disclaimer. Please do your own research and take action. Just don't stay there. The question is, could Moonarcade, that's a community I'm introducing you to now. Can it change your life forever? Can it help you to take advantage of the NFT space, the cryptocurrency space? Can it help you to do that? Of course it can. All right. So what are you going to benefit? Okay. How are you going to benefit from this? So what are we offering? I'm going to talk about four things real quick. All right. We have the Trade Arcade University. We have the Binocular. We have the Moonarcade. And we also have the IBI University. I'm going to talk about them briefly. We're going to hear some testimonies and you're going to choose what works for you. But what you cannot afford to do is to stay quiet in the cryptocurrency space and not take action to at least understand what is happening. Be part of a community that can help you to grow. You cannot afford to do that. Otherwise, your children would probably ask you, where were you when all of these things were happening? All right. So let's talk about the Trade Arcade University. We believe it's the best place to learn how to do it yourself, to profit like the banks. Because, when the internet came, it brought so many opportunities. And so with the advent of the blockchain technology, it also brought so many opportunities. Trading is a life skill. Even if you find yourself in a desert, you can actually trade your way out. All you need is a phone, an internet connection, and if you have the right education, you will survive. We have a structured curriculum with no shortcuts in and that's our edge over all of our competitors. All right. Now, in this Trade Arcade, you're going to have trading strategies, which really works well, which these strategies work well in all financial markets, whether it is crypto, whether it is Forex, stocks, don't worry. We have experts that would help you to gather or put together these strategies that would help you. And then we also do have, no matter the market condition that you find yourself, what you're going to learn in the Trade Arcade University is so deep, so fleshy that you can scale through any market conditions, whether it's uptrend or downtrend. It's not a problem. You will scale through. Okay, if you follow through what you are taught. And then we have a robust curriculum, well-researched curriculum backed with high profitability success rates. I'm going to share some of the figures with you. And then the trading style. What's your trading style? Okay, we're going to teach you institutional grade trading style. Why is it that institutions don't lose? Retail investors or traders lose every time. Why is it institutional traders do not lose? What strategies do they apply? So no matter what happens in the market, they still remain afloat. I'm going to share with you all of that so that you can make the best of the space. Okay, what about new trends? Okay, we have our beginners class. We're going to give you that for free. Okay, absolutely free. Trust me. and it means so much. Now, what's the focus of the Trader King University? The focus is to make sure that within a certain period of time, you have access to key courses from the foundation level, which teaches you market structure, key market formation, and all of that, down to the master class, which is like the mid class, which teaches you how the banks trade and move the market, because you need to learn to be proactive rather than being reactive. And then that takes you to the next level. So the first level takes you like 8 weeks, the second takes you about 11 weeks, and then the third is like the mastery level, where we look at institutional order flow and the timing of price. You see, you'll become a trading beast. So we have something for those who say, look, you know what, I want to do it myself. I know you might give me the calls to buy and sell and all of that, but I want to be able to do it myself, so that if tomorrow you guys are not there, I can still float myself. Now, if that's what you want, the Trader King University is beautiful for you. All right. So, and then the second product that we have is the Binocular Report. And the Binocular Report is for people who want quick profits weekly, okay, or maybe sometimes bi-weekly, in between the week, because you get access to key trading zones that you can enter to buy and zones that you can sell. You can sell and then get out, and you stay afloat, stay in profit. All right. And so, what do you receive in the Binocular? You receive 40 key buy and sell zones quickly for quick profit. So imagine if you have 40 buy and sell zones you choose in a week. So no matter what happens, you are profitable. You're going to have analysis that have been done by professional multi-market traders and hedge fund managers. They have so much experience, and they bring those experiences, all of those experiences to bear, just to make life easy for you. There's one basic thing you must understand that we are focused on as a community, is how can we help you to make money on your own without necessarily giving your money to anyone and then standing the risk of losing it. That's why in the Binocular, if you have this product, you will also have access to high frequency, a high accuracy rate with smart entries, and you're also going to take, at the point that you're also going to take profits. Key points. But remember, in all of this, it is who you are becoming that really does matter. Our focus is on changing the man or the woman, is on metamorphosing the man or the woman into a profit machine, if you understand what that means. Okay, so you're also going to have access to top selected 20 coins for the week. That's what the ones that our people have made. Our researchers have done some fundamental and technical researches for you. And all you have to do is take position. Remember, this is for quick wins. The first one I shared for you is for the guy that says, I want to understand how this works. Yes, I love the quick wins, but I want to understand how the quick wins come to pass, how they happen. Okay, now that's for the Binocular. Just to give you an idea, okay, what we've been able to, of what's been happening within this space. Somebody wrote, Queen Baby said on the 21st of March, I woke up to a report, not a guess. Sincerely, this is fresh. Thank you so much, Ejoke, for this, for this most, okay, for this most vibrant and smart way forward. Thank you, Smokey and Stoney. Those are analysts in the Trader King University and behind the Binocular. All right. Now, just to give you some figures, okay, some profits that we made in March 28, 2022, the Binocular report gave us 39%, okay, on the asset port near, and then 100, over 100% in Aleph Zero, on Aleph Zero, and then Solana 45%. So imagine if in a week you're making like 45%. So that means if you had invested $1 million or $1 million, you're making 45% of that. If you invested $100, you're making $45 in a week. That is cool. So you love the Binoculars, that's fine. By all means, go for it. So we made like over holistically, we made over 30% portfolio growth in 1 week. So if you had $200, your $200 would have grown to $60. I mean, you would have made extra $60. If you had $500, you would have made extra 30% of $500. It's like 130%. That's like $150. That is good in 1 week. So imagine without giving your money to anyone. Now here comes the beast. That is Moonarcade. And what's Moonarcade for? It's to help you identify the cryptos that you need to completely avoid. Those are weak tokens, and show you the cryptos that you should buy and hold that could give you from 100% to 100x. By 100x, I mean 10,000 plus gains. This is possible, it's doable. We have abundant cases to show you that. But the cryptocurrency space is still in its accumulation stage. And so the profits are really, really high. Now, why should you avoid weak tokens? If you take a look at my left, you have weak tokens like BitConnect, Bitcoin, Bitcoin Crown, BitGold, name it, Swisscoin, name all that stuff. If you put, even if it's $1,000 into them when they came out, today they are zero. Now, what weak tokens do is that they come out and you think that they are good, everybody's running over them. They just give you that Robin Hood effect. Like, okay, boom, 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 then, you know, the kind of pump effect, and everybody goes there, eventually they crash and you lose your money. Now, when this happens to people, what happens is that it sends that memory into them. It files that experience as a memory inside them. So whenever they meet cryptocurrency opportunities, they feel like, oh no, crypto is fun. Anytime you go into crypto, you're going to lose. Many a times you lose because you go into crypto. Big cryptos. Did you know that out of 17,500 cryptos, it is so difficult and in most cases absolutely impossible for some people to spot big ones and avoid them? 17,000. If you don't have the knowledge, how would you spot strong tokens? It'll be hard. So let's get our hands dirty. Why do you take the profit? That's what Moonarcade, the experts in Moonarcade, that's what they're doing. They do the research and they help you to spot those tokens, those NFT projects, those metaverse projects that can help you to go from 100% to 10,000%. If your mind cannot carry, that's okay. If your mind can carry it, it's also okay. But my friends, this is what's happening in the cryptocurrency space. So what we do is legacy tokens. How much do you need? How much do you need to make so much profit in this space? $100 is enough to make a lot. Take a look at the screen. All right. At the early stage of Bitcoin, if you had invested $100 at the early stage of Bitcoin, say 2010, 2021, that's like 11 years after, your $100 would have become $72.23 million. $100, 11 years. You are rich, wealthy for life. If you had invested $100 in 2015 into Ethereum, all right, and Ethereum at the point in 2021 when they at its all-time high, when it became $4,500, you would have made your $100 would have become $600,000. So what are we even talking about? You don't need too much to make enough in the cryptocurrency space. If you have the right guidance, that's the point. You don't need too much to make enough. You just need the discipline and the patience to follow through, to listen and to act. And so if I were you, I'd be willing to pay for that guidance that can help me to turn that my pocket change, that my small penny and kobo into a fortune. I'd be willing to pay for that knowledge. And the moment I grasp that knowledge, it stays with me. I'd rather do that than give my money to people that offer me 1%, 0.5%. Hey, think about it. Think about it. Everywhere you go in the world, people who have benefited and made big profit in the world are people that have been patient enough to go through the waves, the crests and the turfs of the wave. So that's what we are offering. If you had invested just $100 for a moment, just imagine if you had invested $1,000. If you had invested $10,000 and just waited for 11 years, what would have happened? Through the ups and downs. All right. See, folks, we have so many testimonies. Somebody said, I bought this coin with $200 And this morning is worth over 4,660 in less than 2 months. Thank you, Mona Kid. Of course, we don't want to mention the asset here straight away. But trust me, it's the testimonies abound. Okay, some people have made over 300%. You see, I just made over 300% of the coin I bought yesterday, 4 p.m. in less than 24 hours. Okay, to the moon. Okay, so just to let you know that this is the best business you can venture into right now. $50 I used in buying a coin is now over $2,000 after 9 months. So folks, we want to hear your story. So before I go on, I want to call on someone that I believe that she's got a story. Yeah? So I want to hear from her. Mary, are you here? Mary, are you here? Mary? Maybe she needs to be unmuted. Okay. Mary, are you here? Okay.
I'm here.
Okay, awesome, Mary. Thank you very much for joining. So, Mary, I know you've been in this community for a while, so I just want to ask you a couple of questions to find out exactly how it has been. How long have you been in this community?
Actually, it has been awesome. I joined this community. Good evening, everyone. I'm so happy to be here tonight. Honestly, I'm super excited to be here tonight. I'm super excited to join this great community, the only community that heals the cancer of the pocket, honestly. I'm so happy. I joined this community September 16th, 2022. Since then, it has been one profit to the other. One profit to the other. Honestly, I bought these assets with just $100. In less than 2 months, that asset gave me more than $2,000. I said, wow, could this be true? I bought another asset with ordinary $100 too. That asset gave me $1,500 within a space of few days. I said, wow, what is happening? Then when I joined Moon Arcade, from the floor to the moon, these people are too wonderful. Honestly, there is this asset they asked us to buy. When they asked us to buy this asset, Year Finance to be precisely, I bought Year Finance with a little amount of money. My God, within, in fact, it's not up to 3 months, that asset did wonder. That asset grew to 2,000%, more than 2,000%. I made a huge amount of money there. Even this lab under 2 weeks. Honestly, for now, I don't cry for money any longer. Honestly, right. I'm so happy. I'm telling you the truth. Okay, I'm so happy to find this great community.
Awesome. I like the fact that you're speaking clearly and you're speaking from your heart and you are super excited. That is really beautiful. So let me ask you something. When you started making these benefits, you started reaping these results and this benefit, Yield Finance, DexLab, I also benefited from some of those assets, okay? And with such small amount of money you put in, because that's what you have at the time. Imagine if you had like $1,000, maybe $2,000 and all of that. So what did it move you to do?
Honestly, I don't just know, because I've invested in some companies where the reason why I invested small is because I invested in some companies where they promised to give us 10%, 30%, 50%. So at times they will promise to give us 100% and we'll greedily invest with them. Honestly, even 1% you will not see. They will make away with our hard-earned money. So when I joined to know it, out of fear, when they ask us to buy any token, I will just buy a little. But with time, I now understood that everything they are telling us is true. For now, the fear has gone, honestly. The fear has gone.
Okay. All right, great stuff. Thank you also for sharing that bit, because I really want you to speak clearly and out of your heart. I mean, in the sincerity of your heart. So I also do know that there was a time we're having this conversation and you said, look, this has moved you to like kind of tell people about what is happening in your space. Did you get so excited so that you could also tell other people, your friends, your family members, that look, I found a way that we could actually recover whatever we've lost? Did that happen to you?
Yes, out of that excitement, I was able to tell my friends, and most of them joined me. In fact, most of them, they don't even need me to tell them, because when they see me, they see the goodness of To Know It in me. They will like, wow, Mary, you've changed though. What is happening? Tell us, what is that? I will tell them the community I belong to, the community that have changed my life. Honestly, Monaket is a life changer. Honestly, they have really, really changed my life for good. So the testimony is all over me. So once you see me, you will see the testimony and join immediately. And you know, the most interesting part of it, once they join, without even knowing, Monaket will reward me with some good amount of money. I'll say, wow, hey, and it's withdrawable. Within 20 or 30 minutes, the money lands for your wallet, and it's withdrawable. You withdraw to your local bank account immediately and solve your problems. Honestly, I'm super, super excited. I'm happy to belong to this community. At least now, I no longer cry for money, honestly. I'm super excited. Hello, sir.
Sarah, I didn't know I was muted. Okay, so Mary, thank you very much for that amazing testimony that you just gave. All right, folks, you've heard that. We don't have to be super intelligent in order to benefit in this space, from this space. I just want to show you a few other testimonials, and then we'll probably take it up from there. So I want you to watch this. Let's see.
You know, some time ago, this investment scheme came, they called MMM. Everybody rushed into that because they thought they can multiply their money. But that is not what we do here. Here we teach you what real investment is all about. Like we talk about digital gold. There are some people in here, people like Robert Kiyosaki. He told us that he invested in digital gold when when they started it, when they were trading it online. You know, before it was physical. You buy gold, they give you gold. But now there is what you call trading it online. And he said, well, imagine when you have to buy just a small quarter of this, and you know how much what that is all about. Now, maybe you invested $100 early this year, and right now it's about $2,000. For me, that is a huge one, because if you keep it in the bank, I bet you it's going to reduce. But investing it is going to grow. So for me, for anybody who want to increase, who want to grow their wealth, this is the right place to be.
I've went as far as recommending friends, relatives. They have been great. Now, I don't want to limit myself there. I need to go as far as connecting people that I do not know. Guests. And I have done that. And I'm still doing that. Even guests that do not know me from Adam, today, now because I have connected them to this business, they don't joke with me. Whenever they remember me, whenever they remember that their life has been changed, they normally give me a call and say, God will bless you. God will bless you. So, for the reason that I can touch to someone's life, I don't need to hesitate to do that. I keep on doing it. Even though I have all the money, I don't want to stop from doing IBO, because IBO is not about money. If it's all about money, I will not talk to any individual. But this time around, it's all about touching lives. A whole lot of people have lost their money in different businesses. So this is time for them to recover. This is time to call them, let them come and recover their money. I have an experience of one of my person that I called to this business. I told him, sir, do you know that you can recover? Because he told me earlier on there was a business that he did that he lost over 20 million. I said, sir, this is where you can get that money back. The wife was all about, I believe my husband. I said, madam, what you are doing for your husband is a good thing that will benefit the entire family. And the man subscribed to this information. The man now started this business. Just 2 months. One of the coin that he used just $300 to buy, just 170,000 naira to buy, that coin gave him over 17 million. The wife The children, the husband, they came to my house, come and see jubilation. I asked them, sir, because when the man called me, I was the one that called them, go and check your wallet. The man looked at his wallet and said, Madam Bless, what am I seeing? I said, yes, sir, is your money. My own is also there. The man said, wow. The man, I don't even know when he drove to my house and come and see jubilation. The man told me, can I get some money from here? I said, please, how many million do you want to get out? And the man told me, please give me at least about 3 million. There and then, I brought the money out. The wife was so excited. So you can imagine, just one coin have recovered what the money he said he lost. We never talk about other coins that he have bought. So here is a space that can give people recovery back of their money, their assets that they have lost in the past. So it is good that I keep on disseminating this information, telling them to come. For those who wish to listen, fine and good. For those who do not want to listen, I have done my part.
There's no mountain anywhere. Everybody is ignorant is his mountain. Okay, in the school of success, you don't give anything at the expense of information. Information is very vital to whosoever wants to excel, which is one of the main things I got from to know it, knowledge, life skill. So my word to everyone out there listening is that try and make sure you expose yourself to information, because what you don't know is bigger than you. I expect what you have learned before now, but what you don't know it. So it's good for you to come where you know more and do more, because the more you know it, the better you do it. Somebody who before did not have a car can buy a car for himself or herself, and also get a house, build or buy a house for himself or herself, and be able to pay the children's school fees and other bills. I think the person, to a very extent, is financially free. Sincerely, is for not really for everyone, but for those who are smart, who want to get from where they are to where they want to be in the shortest possible time.
I would recommend IBO to everyone who has become a member of this system. You would be a wicked person to join this business, this trend, and you see something is happening, and you wouldn't want to tell your friend about it. We're talking about trillions of dollars. You can't have that alone yourself. So we need to share this well with people, let them know about it. So I would advise everyone to be a part of this evangelism, this financial emancipation evangelism to the world. Then secondly, my parting words to everyone who has not been in this system is this: you are doing yourself a serious harm. The more you delay time, the more you are missing out. I have told some people about to know it 3-4 months ago. They delayed. Today they are joining. The profits they would have cashed in on had passed. But of course, we still have good opportunities coming. So every second you delay, you are missing millions of dollars. So my advice to everyone, if you hear about to know it today, please do whatever it will take you to sign up and become a member of the system.
Until you know it, you're still in bondage, because to know it is everything. Information is what differentiates the rich from the poor. Those billionaires out there, they are not doing the magic. There is nothing they are doing that is magical. It's just because they have access to an information that you don't have access to. So my parting word for you is that you just have to get connected so that you can get to know it, because we are taking you from the floor to the moon.
Okay, so you had all of that, right? So it's time for us to take action. So now they've talked about the benefits of being an independent business influencer. So now when you get hearing and you know what is happening here, how would you help other people? How can you build a business? How can you become an entrepreneur within our community? Of course, that is the fourth opportunity that we have. I've talked about the trade arcade. I've talked about the binoculars. I've talked about the massive benefits that come from the Moon Arcade, okay? And now we're talking about how can you learn and eventually also grow an international influencer business. How can you do that? Listen, there are easy ways that when you take a look at the business plan here, especially if you say, okay, I'm doing some job, I'm doing something, I'm doing a business, but I want to have a second business. You might want to think about growing, starting a business in the cryptocurrency education space. Okay, for doing that alone, why should you consider this? Because in the first place, we have a double personal influencer bonus, which is 50%. And then you can earn up to 25% as the team influencer bonus. You can earn up to 35% as a royalty influencer bonus. And then there are incentives, okay? Incentives, cars, luxury watches, travels, and even beautiful buildings anywhere in the world. And we've got a very easy to use business plan. And so it's time for you to finance. Who is writing on my screen, please? It's time for you to finance your crypto investing and trade via the IBI business plan. So what we've done is create a system that enables you to make money from within the crypto space and put it back to increase your portfolio instead of going to collect money from your bank or whatever you are doing. And that is for those who are interested in growing a business. Again, it's not compulsory, but you've heard testimonies. My question is, why wouldn't you tell someone about this? It does not really add up, all right? So, well, if you want to run a business that has the capacity of giving you over $1 million in a space of 12 to 24 months, then you need to consider the IBI opportunity that we have. Okay, you can grow from becoming a rising star builder to a director. Okay, and when you become a director, you have $10,000 plus everything that you earn. You have $10,000 given to you for holidays, just go have fun. And then by the time you become an executive, you have a Breitling, custom Breitling watch of $15,000. By the time you become a chief executive, you have a Mercedes-Benz. Okay, we don't give any other smaller brands. Okay, a Mercedes-Benz was worth over $50,000, and by the time you become a vice chairman, you have a Mercedes-Benz SUV worth $150,000. Now, why wouldn't you do such a business? Okay, why wouldn't you get involved in creating and becoming an entrepreneur in a space that you get rewarded in this way? And by the time you become a chairman, you will have access to a luxury building anywhere in the world worth $500,000, $500,000. Okay, that is in addition to any other earnings, any basic or earnings that you make on your own. Now we have a blanket 24-month income growth potential that you can make, that you can actually build using the IBI business plan. We're saying that from your first month, you could make, looking at just the team influencer bonus, from your first month to your first month, you can make $75. Your third month, in 3 months, you can make $625. In 5 months, you can make $3,000. And by the time you get like your 24-month, by your 24th month, you're making like $200,000. If you put all of that together, you're making a good sum of money. And this is basically for illustration purposes. Okay, we are not saying that there is no guarantee that past results will guarantee future successes. But we're saying, like any business you go into and you have a business plan, we've looked at it and said, this is the money, this is the profit, this is the benefit involved. And I don't see why anybody shouldn't get into this. Now pay attention to the fact that the more money you make as an IBI, the more money you have, the more money you have to invest in the cryptocurrency space and to make some more. Remember, we've already established how much is possible with just $100. Now, what does it take to become part of this? You can decide to buy the Moonarcade pack. If you want to buy the Moonarcade pack, right, you will have access, the information you will have access to would be cryptos that you can buy, hold, and avoid that can give you 100% to 100x gains, right? And now if you want to come in, okay, and pay for 6 months, of course, first of all, you have an enrollment pack, right? So if you want to come on board for 6 months, that's going to cost you $299. You want to come on board for 12 months, it's going to cost you $499. This is actually even a discounted rate because the actual rate is for 6 months is $600, and then for 1 year it's $1,000. Then the binocular report, okay, you see the price here. If you want to come in for a month, that's like $99, and then if you want to come in for 3 months, that's like $199. 6 months $299, and 1 year is $499. And then you have the Tradercade. Okay, now if you put all of that together, the Tradercade University, the IBI University, if you put all of that together, for you to get on board will cost you approximately $2,350. But there's the better pack that we call the yellow pack. Now for the yellow pack, all you have to pay is $999 and you have access to everything. So that means that you have access to a part of the community that guides you in terms of long-term investment. You have access to that part of the community that also guides you in terms of weekly trades. And you also have that part of the community that teaches you how to do it yourself in case you want to do it yourself. So again, you have the choice to either cherry pick or to take the entire block, to take the index, like, the entire basket, and decide to do what you want to do with it. But in any case, the idea here is to make sure that you are profitable. Now, when you do this, when you get the yellow pack, it means that you have access to cryptos that you can buy and hold, the legacy cryptos. You have a weekly buy and hold, buy and sell zones that you can take quick profits. You can also learn how to trade the right way and profit like the banks. So anywhere you find yourself, you will be profitable. You would also learn how to grow and own your own multi-million-dollar influencer business in the cryptocurrency space. Okay, so if I were you, the yellow pack is the way to go right now, and it's not, you don't have to think about it. Go back to whoever invited you and tell the person, listen, I never heard about cryptocurrency this way, but you know what? I want to take action now. So like I said, instead of paying $2,350, all you have to pay is $999, and you get everything. You get Monarcade for 365 days. You have the binocular report, which is supposed to be $500. You get it. And then the IBO University, which you're supposed to get when you pay your enrollment of $250, you get access to. You get it for free. You get it in the pack. Your IBO earning access days for 365 days, you get that. Then you have the entire Tradercade University. That is the complete tracker course, the foundation master, advanced master class, everything you get for $999. All right. If I were you, that's the best package. Okay. And so what is the extra benefit that you get as an independent business influencer if you decide to also pick that bit of the community? Okay, what you do is that you have extra, apart from the primary bonuses and commissions that you earn as an independent business influencer, you also earn extra bonuses. Now, if you are able to acquire 2 customers as an independent business influencer, of course, this is not compulsory. Okay, so you don't have to tell somebody about the community. But if you tell 2 persons who decide to acquire the yellow pack, you get paid extra $200. $200 is not small as long as the cryptocurrency space is concerned. We'll show you what $100 can do. If you are able to acquire 3 extra customers, you earn additional $400 to whatever you earn in the community. And if you are able to acquire 5 extra customers in a month, or recommend 5 yellow packs, okay, you earn extra $1,000. You may not need that extra $1,000. You put it into the cryptocurrency space. Right now, it's an amazing time to get into the cryptocurrency space and buy. But I know that in Nigeria today that we live, or anywhere in the world that you might be listening, be it in the US, be it in the UK, be it in Canada, earning extra $1,000 a month, it's not, if not for anything, it could pay your rents, if not for anything. And that is taking some form of load off you. Okay, so the yellow bonus is an amazing provision right now in the space. Of course, the yellow bonus, the yellow packages, they are limited. Once they're done, they're done. So if you're here today, when this yellow package was launched, we had only 200 packages. I don't know how many is remaining, how many of them are remaining right now. If I were you, I'd go back to whoever invited me and say, I want to get started right now, and I want to start building a business right now within the community. Or if you are the investor type, I want to know the assets that I can invest in that are NFT related, that are the metaverse related, DeFi projects. I want to get in right now and I want to get started. All right. No time to wait at all. So just to put all of this into perspective, if you're able to recommend 2 customers, you are termed a light yellow achiever. That means in your first month, no matter what happens, the minimum you're going to earn will be $500. If you are able to recommend 3, okay, you will earn $800. If you're able to recommend 5, you will earn not less than $1,700. So for a moment, imagine that you pick up the yellow pack of $1,000, and within your first month, you're able to recommend 5 persons to say, hey, let's get in and let's do this, let's make it work. And they get in and say, let's go invest, let's go get this happen, make it happen. With that alone, you have made your $1,000 with which you came into the community, and you have extra $700 as change, and you have all the products in your kitty that you can start using. Boom, you're ready to go. All right, now folks, do not be like one of these friends. There are 2 friends. One of them, Anne. Anne, in 2012, Anne bought 1 ounce of gold for $1,547. 10 years later, that 1 ounce of gold has grown to $1,920. Kate decided to use the same $1,547 to buy Bitcoin. At that time, 1 Bitcoin was just $1. So she bought 1,547 units of Bitcoin. By 2022, 10 years after, the investment had become $61.8 million. So if between Anne and Kate, who would you rather be? I'd rather be Kate. I don't know about you, but you know, as well as I know, that the best place to be, the best person to be in this case is Kate. So what is holding you? That fund that you keep in somewhere and you feel like, okay, crypto, I don't want to go into. Think about it. Just think about all the information you've gathered this evening or afternoon or morning, wherever you are watching me from. And sit back, take a moment and ask yourself, do I really want to let this pass? Take advantage of the digital gold rush, and let's help you to get started today, because the yellow way is the way. My friends, a lot is happening today in the space and many people are not aware. It's a good thing you're here today. I've taken you through, told you about what happens every year, what happens every 5 years, what happens every century, and savvy investors keep benefiting. I've taken you through the story of tokenization. I've talked to you about the NFTs and how you cannot afford not to listen to the NFT boom or not to pay attention to the NFT boom. And I've shown you how you can take advantage of this without getting yourself burnt. The ball is now in your court. I've also shown you how you can build a multi-million-dollar business within the cryptocurrency space, riding on the back of a solid community. Thank you very much for giving me your time. I'll take a few minutes to take your questions if you have any.